Hi, Nompu. Yes, it is day 3 of the conference today. It started off on Monday with President Cyril Ramaphosa talking about opening up spectrum, issuing out new licenses for spectrum, which was good news to the industry. And then yesterday we had Minister of Telecommunications, Mr. Siyabonga, who also reiterated this and spoke about what government is doing in terms of reducing the price of connectivity and laying down fiber. He also spoke about the relationships that they've built with the private sector to make this possible for South Africans. And today I'm actually joined by Deputy Minister of Telecommunications, Stella Ndabeni-Abrahams, who's going to be speaking to us about the participation of small, medium enterprises. Now, as we all know, the high unemployment rate that South Africa has at the moment, the unemployment rate is standing at around 27% at this stage, and small medium enterprises are seen as South Africa's saving grace and one of the only areas that can actually create mass jobs, job opportunities and employment for young people and the rest of South Africans. But before I continue, I'm going to speak to Deputy Minister Stella Ndabeni. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you, Mbali, and greetings to the viewers wherever they are.
Thank you. You know, in one of the sessions that we went to this morning, you spoke about how you no longer want to create tenderpreneurs, but you want to create tech entrepreneurs. Please tell us more about that.
Well, we have realized that most of the people who get into business, they go into business because they want tenders. At times they do have the skills, at times they don't at all. But we have taken a different direction to say, if we were to build and make an effective contribution to the growth of the economy, we've got to build the ICT sector in terms of the SMMEs. And that's one thing that we believe. If you have seen now, we've increased from previously where we had 2.7% in terms of the contribution to the GDP, and currently we're standing at 3%. This is something that we believe that we can do more if we empower and, most importantly, open the markets for the SMMEs. That's what we refer to when we talk of the techpreneurs.
Techpreneurs. Sounds great. It's a great opportunity. But for some entrepreneurs, tenders have been a way of actually getting access to markets. How do we address the challenge of access to market that a lot of small, medium enterprises face and all of those challenges within the sector? Please tell us more about that.
Well, Mbali, we're not doing away with tenders, but we are saying let them not rely on tenders, because tenders only belong to government. Let them be able to come with solutions and innovations that can even respond to what the market out there requires, the private sector. If we were talking about the same tenders that we're talking about, most of the money as the biggest procurer in the IT services as government, it goes to the big industries. What we're saying, it's high time that the big industries, they open space for the small businesses. And the only way for us to do this is to force those that are resisting. But mainly, as we continue to engage them, they are willing. Of course, they're raising certain challenges, which is something that we said we can work together with the SMMEs, together with the industry, to see how do we assist where we can to make sure that they respond in a manner that we want them to respond. Of course, as the Department of Telecommunications, we had to make sure that we're an example. That is why we made sure that through the CETA, we provide all those tenders that are below 30 million to SMMEs strictly. But anything above 30 million, all those big companies that will be getting those tenders now, they must make sure that 30% again of what they've received goes to small businesses. And we believe that by doing that, we'll have opened the markets, because we're forcing them to subcontract them. And once they're subcontracted, we assist them to say, where else can we go to and what else can we do?
Okay, so at the moment you have awarded, given a few awards to small, medium enterprises which are in the tech sector, and you use this opportunity for them to actually get business. Please tell us more about that.
Well, when we had that, we're hosting the ITU, we appreciated it. But one thing first that we had sat down to say, what is it that's in for our own people? Because we can't be allowing the world to come to South Africa and showcase everything to our people. We are saying, gone are the days that South Africans are consumers. We have talent, our people have lots of innovations. You can go to America, most of the innovators, they come from our country. So we said, ITU, you've got to give us space. We have to bring 40 SMMEs that will showcase their innovations to the world leaders that will be here. Indeed, we partnered with the industry via Standard Bank and CEDA, including Ericsson, who helped us to make sure that we buy space and provide logistics support for them to be here. So yes, after that they were here presenting their cases, showcasing their story, and then we had to select together with Standard Bank, select those that we think at least they are bankable for now, to say we invest in you. Of course, you've seen the prizes, whereby the first one was taken, it was a sum of about 400,000, and that's something that we think is going to make a difference. But it can make a difference if we're not monitoring and assisting them in terms of spending it, which is another support that we tend to overlook when we look into the support that we provide.
Okay, thank you so much for speaking to us, Ms. Stella.
Thank you, Mbali.
Thank you. There you have it, government trying to create an enabling environment for tech entrepreneurs. It's back to you in studio.